We're live! Yay! That's awesome to see. Hold on, people. Let me just rearrange some things here. And then I'll go live here. And then I will press the Twitch output button here. And then we're live everywhere. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy how we're live everywhere? Hey guys, how's it going? lowkeymatt here. What's going on? We back with the second installment to our tier list series, ranking the Kingdom Hearts worlds in a tier list. How you guys doing today? Are you having a good day? Having a good day? Thankfully had the day off today. What's up, Lunar Echo, man? I had the day off today, thanks to Juneteenth. Hopefully, if you celebrate that today, hopefully having a good day for that and celebrating however you do that. I'm very excited for this. I finally have time to actually stream this because my work schedule is so busy. I get so tired after work and shit like that. So it's hard for me to be in the mood, but we doing it now. We doing it now. I think, okay, so it's now live on the other thing. I'm trying to keep up with things. I'm doing the multi-stream thing now, guys. I'm doing the streaming on YouTube Shorts, and Twitch. So we are blasting out into the universe here. King Cobra, sorry. Hear that you're doing good. Great, you're doing good. I'm excited to go through this today. I will admit, the last stream I did of this wasn't the best. My mind was just absolute mush that day, I guess, for some reason. And also, I was not prepared beforehand. I did not take the time to let me think about this and go through my thing and, blah, 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 blah. No, but now I'm ready. I feel like I'm ready. So, I think it is actually time for us to start doing this thing. Introductions out the way. Introductions, Gonzo. Also, don't mind if I turn this fan. Hold on. I don't know if you can hear this. You probably can. It is hot as shit right now. It's just the start of summer, and it's already hot as shit. And I may need to turn this fan on at some point because I'm also a heavy sweater too. I sweat like a motherfucker. So sorry if that is ever the case. But yeah, let's actually go into it now. Here we are. Let me do it on the other thing as well. Here we freaking go, guys. I'm ready. If you are ready, let me make sure that I'm good on everything here too. All right, cool. So as you see here, another standard tier list. We've got S through F. I only had S through D last time because I didn't think there were any F tier worlds in Kingdom Hearts 1. But this time around, there's definitely one I would say is F tier. I would definitely say, I would go out on a limb and say that. And so, I think it is going to be another exciting one. I brought the Kingdom Hearts 2 shirt out this time around. As you can see, I am dressed for the occasion. And this is also my favorite game of all time, Kingdom Hearts 2. And so I think that it is going to be one that I'm more excited to talk about. Because I have a lot of memories with all these worlds and just kind of going through them again. Very nostalgic, but the rankings go where they go. I love all these worlds equally, but things have to go where they go. And so I'm gonna have to make some tough decisions on this one. But that's the name of the fucking game, I guess. Brandon Elker, Talent S tier. We'll get there. Don't worry. Do not worry about that. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to actually do a little bit of a structured one this time. I'm going to be starting from the bottom up because I actually know my tier list this time around. And, yeah, let's just get the obvious out the way. Come on. Come on, man. You gotta be kidding me. Atlantica. Going straight in F tier. I've met people who actually kind of defend Atlantica in Kingdom Hearts 2. They say that it's something they like. They should get checked up by a doctor at their soonest convenience, but they still defend it. God help them. But I'm sorry. I am part of the mainstream crowd when it comes to Atlantica and the Kingdom Hearts 2. It sucks. It just sucks. I'm sorry. It just sucks. It isn't really a world, really. I don't even know if it like counts as a world in good old Kingdom Hearts 2, because it's really just a collection of mini games. It's like 100-acre wood, but boneless. It's a boneless 100-acre wood, because you know that at least has a variety of mini games in it. It has a variety of stuff. But for good old Atlantica over here, no, just no. I think that it is the mini games in there are not that good either. The one mini game that it has, the freaking basic ass mini game where you just press the button at the right time. I mean, that's all mini games in a sense, yes, but there's no variety to it. It's just pressing buttons at the right time. There's no strategy to it. There's no excitement to it. There's no multi-layered, you have to control multiple characters like there is in Melody and Memory, which is a game I love, by the way. That's a rhythm game done right. No, it's just basic. And the songs in there are good. Don't get me wrong. The songs in there are great. But, and the Little Mermaid songs are great. But I do think that ultimately it is something to where I don't want to revisit it. Like, I don't go back to play Atlantica. Are you fucking kidding me? Why would I go back to play Atlantica of all worlds? Because Atlantica sucks my big dick. Oh boy. Yeah, no, it sucks chodes. And I don't even remember like beating it back in the day even. Like I don't think I even tried to finish that world back in the day. I did a couple of those rhythm games in the world and I was just like, why do I need to come back here? And you don't need to do it to finish the whole game. It's just kind of there. It's not really something that's so important to the overall process that you need to be in tune with what's going on. And so for that reason, it has to go in F tier. It just has to. I don't see any other reason why you would put it anywhere else. And there's some, if you like it, that's cool. That's on you. If you have fun with it, that's cool. You can have fun with it, sure. And that's why I guess some people defend it in hindsight. But for me personally, it's just a waste of effort. It's a waste of time. And it shoot that thing straight in the fucking F tier, man. It's pissing me off. Pissing me off how much I hate Atlantica. I'm sorry. I'm such a KH2 stan, guys, if you can't tell. I have the hive mind opinions. Let's see what's going on over on the YouTube side of things. I'm seeing what you guys are saying. Twilight Town S tier. We'll get there, bro. We'll get there. The message is haunting me. It's haunting me. I would, like you go down in the chat. Let me know what your opinions are. I'd love to hear what your opinions are about the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 2. I think it is something to where I am very curious, because I think I've cultivated like a Kingdom Hearts 2 fan base here, and so I think a lot of people can give their solid opinions on what all this means. So yeah, whenever you have the time, just write it down in the chat. Love to hear what you have to say. Moving on to the next world in our journey through the Kingdom Hearts 2 worlds, in the D tier. Not gonna say it. I like having ads on YouTube. Anyways, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? I'm gonna put you. Port Royal. Port Royal is going in the D tier. This is something that I have always had like an issue with. I've never liked Port Royal myself. And there's a few reasons for that. For one, the world is very much not pretty looking. The aesthetic of Port Royal in Kingdom Hearts 2 is not something I'm particularly fond of. It is a world where they try to mix the live action kind of elements of the movies with the, Captain Jack Sparrow and all the live action actors and Johnny Depp and Orlando Bloom and all those people and all that shit. And then you put Sword on a Goofy in this world, and it just looks wrong. I'm sorry, it just looks wrong. They do lighten down the tone a little bit, and they try to mix it in as best they can. But I do think that it just doesn't work, and it's not a visually appealing world whenever I go to it. Also, the enemies in this world can be a little bit annoying sometimes. The pirates in there, they have the curse to where they are, vulnerable in the moonlight and the light and all that stuff. And of course, when they're in the shadows, you can't fight them. Now, once you get the hang of this and figure out how to cheese it's somewhat easy to fight these people. There's strategies of how to do it, but it's still annoying. I don't like it. I don't like that part of the world. It's to a point where I just don't have that much into him. And the final boss with why am I forgetting his name? Barbosa, I think. It's an alright boss fight. It's not like the best one in the series. It's not something where I have big nostalgia over it, and I think it's like the best boss fight in the world now. I do think that it is kind of a weak one, mid, you could say. It's mid. It's mid. As I scream from the rooftops, it's mid. Yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean, indeed. Yes, I am a heathen like that. Now, that's not to say that Pirates is not bad, and that's not to say that Pirates is not good in any irredeemable way, at all. I do think that the sections that they do have in there, the sections that they have in the world are good. I do think that it is fun to kind of explore some of the parts of it, and it is a wee bit linear, but that's all Kingdom Hearts 2's worlds. Come on. And also, I just think that it is something to where you can get some emotional investment if you follow along with the story, and you can really get invested in this pirates world, and it introduces interesting tones to the game as well. It introduces a lot of interesting themes. It's the reason the game's rated E10, I think, and because of the use of alcohol and stuff in that world. I think that is one of the reasons why it's not necessarily F tier. But there's things holding it back for me personally. I don't like Port Royal that much. I'm not the biggest fan, and also, I think I should need to mention this too. I need to mention this too before we keep going. Second visits in Kingdom Hearts 2 are a controversial kind of thing. It's the only game that does it. It is the only game where you have a second visit to the world where you clean up a bunch of B plots and kind of complete the story of the world that way. And I used to be okay with them. I just thought, I get to go back to the worlds again and have more fun with this. And it's kind of it's kind of like the second half of the game kind of wrapping up. But now that I'm playing it more, and now that I'm looking back on it more, it's not the most necessary part, because a lot of the main plot in these worlds are done in the first visits. At least the major plot points are done in the first major visits. And a lot of the second visits are dealing with some of the organization members and stuff. But still, I just don't think that they were necessary. I think there was another way they could have done that. I think it's artificially adding length to the game, and I don't think they need to do it. I think it's the only game I think that they had, at least in the traditional structure of Kingdom Hearts. There's obviously days where you have multiple missions there, but that doesn't really count. Where you do a second visits to a world, at least the Disney ones. And so, yeah, I don't think they should have repeated that. I think they should have left that on the drawing room floor. and not continued with that. So for me, it's one of the best worlds in the game because of how they integrated the movie in the game as theme and character design wise. I don't know if this is, I'm surprised this is actually a controversial opinion. I did not know that there was many people who liked Port Royal. I always thought it got like hate back in the day. But Port Royal seems to be something to where a lot of people seem to have, I guess, nostalgia for it, good memories for it. And if that's okay with you, it's cool. I just don't think that it's a good world, in my opinion. I think the designs of that world just don't mix together. It's not really fun. And that's why I put it in D tier. That is the only world that I will put in D tier for the traditional worlds in Kingdom Hearts 2. That is the lowest it goes. Again, Atlantica is just a collection of mini games at the end of the day. I don't really count that. But that's why it goes in F tier. But you know, it's on the world map, so we'll give it some praise. Like we'll give it the time of day. God, they made a mission to make every Atlantica the worst world in every Kingdom Hearts game. There's another mission that the devs had too, but we'll get to that. All right, going up into C tier. I actually have a few worlds for this game. A few worlds. Avatar Yaya TV. A few. That's more than two. It's an inside joke you'll never get. Anyways, first world in C tier. What? Bam. Disney Castle. Disney Castle is a world that exists. That's what you can say about it. Disney Castle is a world that exists. It's there for the moments that it's important to the story, but outside of that, it exists. It's a portal for you to get to the Timeless River world and Lingering Well. That at the end of the day, that's really mostly what it's used for. But again, and that's not to say that it's absolutely a horrible world. It's in C tier for a reason. It's better than Port Royal for me for a reason. Because one, I love the designs of this world. I think, you know, the fact that it was not in Kingdom Hearts 1, that they had to cut it, and that was a very, very sad thing they had to do right there. I think that world in Kingdom Hearts 1 would have been awesome. If you look at the beta trailer for Kingdom Hearts 1, that world was supposed to be in there, and that is something that I'm more to this. I wish to God a beta version of that game would leak and we would have that freaking world in there. But it's in here, and it is something to where they have to get to the basement of Disney Castle, you know, with the corrupted core and stuff like that, and have to go back in time with Timeless River and stuff like that. But the main part of Disney Castle is fighting off Heartless, then dragging Minnie along the hallway to get to a place, and then you get to the basement, and that's it. But that little part that you're there, though, is pretty fun, I would say. I think the enemies, I like that they have a mix of enemies that are in multiple different parts of the game. You have enemies from Land of Dragons. You have enemies from, you know, I think it was Olympus. There's some stuff in there too, and you know, just the general Heartless and stuff like that too. So I think that is a cool part of the world, and it's the before really the midpoint of the game, and so you get to kind of get back into the story, get melded into the story again after going to some Disney worlds. And this is technically a Disney World for one, but it's more of an original Disney World. And for the original stuff that they do for Kingdom Hearts and the world with the designs of them, they always go all out with it, and they always make it so fun and so vibrant and so original. And this is definitely an example of that. Disney Castle is definitely an exciting example of that. And if they were to flesh it out a little bit more and add a little bit more things to do in it, I think it would have been a lot better world, a lot better thing to do, a lot better place to explore. But as it stands, it's kind of just a vignette for you to get from one point to another. And, you know, it's a cool vignette, but it's still a vignette. Not much you can really say outside of that. I like the designs of everything in there. I like that they kind of it's so hard though, because I'm really sad that they didn't do it in Kingdom Hearts 1, because they modeled it. Of course, it's in the cutscenes and stuff, and they had something to where they were gonna do something with it, but they ultimately decided, I guess, that it wasn't important to the story. I forget what the reason was. They said there was a reason why it wasn't in Kingdom Hearts 1. But I think they basically ported over what they made for Kingdom Hearts 1 into Kingdom Hearts 2. If you look at the trailers compared side by side, there might be some comparisons there, might be some similarities the design-wise. Kingdom Hearts 2's designs are much more cartoony and out there, so there may be some differences in that. But I'm glad that they got to realize their dream of actually using it in there. But yeah, I do think that it's just a vignette, really. There's some stuff going on in the Twitch chat. Hold on for a second. I'm still learning all this streaming stuff, guys. Bear with me. We're going through streaming boot camp here. Okay, so that was something else. Never mind. But yeah, C tier it goes. Because it's a cock world. Next world in C tier. Well, bam. Space Paranoids. Space Paranoids. I am a robot. I am a robot. I am Tron. I'm a robot. Ugh. I gotta save the user. I gotta save the user. Oh, save the user. What did I just do? Oh, thank goodness, people. Hey, Zaro's Universe, what's up? You missed you just came in at the best time, where I did the Space Paranoids dance, where I fight for the user like shit. Space Paranoids is, I think, a really cool world. If they added more to it, it's kind of like a Disney castle situation, but not as small as that. There's only a few rooms in this world. They're kind of tight. Not much to do. In the second part of Space Paranoids, that's definitely not the case. There's a lot more things to do, and a lot more things to explore, things to look at least. But still, it's kind of a smaller world, and there's not much else to do, and so that is why I guess I put it here in C tier. I was kind of conflicted between putting this between C and B, because I do have a lot of nostalgia for this world. I do have a lot of cool memories associated with it, and I think that it's definitely one of the ones that I like revisiting when I come back. But it's just kind of boneless. It's a boneless world. it's boneless Kingdom Hearts. That sucks. Nazo's Universe, I am doing well, my friend. How are you? I think that's the mini game with the light cycle is all right in hindsight. I remember it being a much better when I was a kid, but I do think that it is kind of it's just kind of there. The light cycle chase and all that stuff. I think that it's all right. Not bad at all. It's just all right. And the boss fights in here are pretty cool too. I think the boss fights in this world are freaking awesome. The one where you're trying to stop the program from spreading onto the different monitors, stuff like that, and the one with the one in the bigger room, I forget I think it's called Rogue Program, and then the final boss with the MCP. That one is actually kind of a really cool boss fight with the stuff that they were able to do with that. I like that one, but I just wish they did a little bit more with it. Added a little bit more sauce into the mix, and yeah, not really much else to say outside of that. I think I think that they expanded a lot more on it in Dream Drop Distance with the grid, and I think that world is better in some sense. I think that world is a lot more explored to what they really wanted to do was Space Paranoids in this one. And I think the aesthetic of like the 80s kind of look with the retro neon look and having the likenesses of the original actors, it actually fits this time because of the things that are surrounding it. Not like Port Royal, where it's just a straight adaptation of something that doesn't really mix in with live action. I guess a point I meant to make earlier with Port Royal is that in Kingdom Hearts 3, that world is much better because they actually changed the designs, they put him in different outfits, and they give him a lot more stuff to do. It's a lot more of a... They wanted to make it an open world Kingdom Hearts 3, but they couldn't really end up doing it. But I still think it's better than the one in Kingdom Hearts 2. Anyways, back to the original point, Space Paranoids. It's, for what it is, it's really fun and really cute and really cool. And, you know, I like the boss fights that are in this world. I think they're cool. But... yeah, it's just it's boneless. It's boneless. If they did a little bit more with it, I would have probably put it in a B or A tier, but as it stands, C tier. Pride Lands is top tier. We'll get to that. And good side, long day from working and looking for a new video editor, else I can't use Wondershare anymore. I've never used Wondershare. The first editing software I used was, I remember it had something with like a star in it or something. And I use Premiere Pro with my stuff. I pay Adobe the freaking $20 a month for it. I'm a cuck like that. And so hopefully you work that situation out with yourself, friend. Space Paranoids is in the C tier. I'm doing the Space Paranoid dance. I gotta defend the user. I gotta defend the user. Ah! Let me turn this fan on for a little bit. Hopefully this is not too loud for you, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, that feels good. Oh, that feels good. Don't you like fans? Fans are one of the coolest things that mankind has ever invented. I'm very thankful for the invention of the fan. Like you all are great fans. You all are amazing fans. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all. Mwah. So that is the next one. Which one should we cover next in C tier? Should I go with the controversial one next or the controversial one next? Because I think the next two ones are going to be controversial. Fuck it, let's go ahead and do it. 100 Acre Wood. How dare I? How dare I put this game in C tier? It's so cute. It's so cute. I think part of this is just me not having as much nostalgia for it as among as other people. So let me tell you about how dumb of a kid I was. I was not aware when I was a kid that this world was something that you could go back to and continually do mini games and all this stuff. And you know, I was not aware of that as a kid. It gave you instructions so clear in the game, but for some reason it flew right over my head, and I never really tried out 100 Acre Wood mini games until I was playing it later on and actually learned what it was. Go me. And I think the mini games in here are fun still. You know, they're cool mini games and stuff like that. But again, it's kind of like an Atlantica thing. It's just a collection of mini games. You can't have these big epic fights in it, and there's not really much to, you know, for story wise at least. I don't think there's much in it in terms of relating to the grand overall story of Kingdom Hearts 2. I think it's just kind of there. But you know, I do love the mini games that they have in here. It's so funny with freaking the spinning mini game where you have to beat the freaking like honeycombs and stuff like that, the bees and stuff like that. There's a speed hack and fucking the randomizer that where you can just and just go super fast and just speed through the fucking boss. It's so funny. And yeah. Hold on a second. I think there might be some stuff going on with the stream stuff going on. Hold on a second, Rooney. Let me figure this out. This is it's being weird with me right now. Hold on, give me a second to figure this out. We're learning streaming, guys. You get to see me learn streaming for the first time. It's really, really fun, isn't it? Oh my goodness. It's so strange how that works. Hold on. Let me go back here and for the first time. I think it just does that on desktop. Okay. So that makes more sense now. Okay. Back to doing the tier list. Hold on, let me... Why did I click there? Ah, we're back. Back in action, motherfuckers. But yeah, that was really funny back in the day. Back in the day. Not now. I'm playing it now with the randomizer and stuff like that. So really, really cool mini games. I do think that it's nice that they ported it over from Kingdom Hearts 1. The mini games, I'll say in Kingdom Hearts 3, okay, they're not really the best, but the ones in Kingdom Hearts 2 I think are the best. I think it is the most fun in Kingdom Hearts 2. But again, it's just a collection of mini games. You could say that I'm being unfair with this placement because of that, but I don't care. This is my tier list, okay? Shut up. I really do think I look at the worlds in terms of, you know, one, nostalgia that I have. That's definitely a factor of when I'm placing this, and also just the overall in relation to everything else in the game. How does this compare? How does this stack up? And how does this really when you put 100 Acre Wood next to freaking, spoiler alert, Twilight Town, or the world that never was, yeah, one of those is clearly better. So that's how I kind of rank this and put it where it is. So at the end of the day, that is really the reason as to why I decided to put this here. So not really going to spend too much time on this. It's going in C tier. Next world that's going in C tier. Actually, I'm kind of having second thoughts on this one. I was thinking I was pretty sure with my placement on this one, but now I'm not too sure. You know what? We'll come back to it. There's some ones that I know I'm gonna put in B tier, so let's just stick with that. So moving on to B tier, let's place, well, bam, Timeless River. This one is just so fun. I think that they really got to explore the Disney catalog and really take advantage of their use of the IP and stuff in this world, because, you know, you get to go way back with the designs and the themes and the shorts that they got to really revisit with this world. They really got to make a big love letter to old-time Disney cartoons. This is really on top of that. Let me go back to reading some of the comments here. A fun fact, in Kingdom Hearts 2, Goofy explained how to get rid of the darkness in Yen Sid Tower. I thought a theory maybe is the master of master's plan. Tell me if you work on that theory, man. I'd love to hear what that is. Hot take, Atlantica is so bad it deserves a super F tier. Yes! Yes, you know what? Let's fucking do it. You don't deserve just an F tier, Kingdom Hearts 2 Atlantica. Get the fucking super F tier. God damn, we don't... Oh, that was fun. The Timeless River, the way that they got to explore different shorts in here and the way they did it is so creative and so fun that I really enjoy
going back to it every time I do a replay of Kingdom Hearts 2. It's a very fun world. It features a variety of enemies, and they have it themed based on each of those shorts. You know, a lot of those enemies were kind of used for like a one-time thing. I think that it would be it would be A tier. It would be A tier if it wasn't for those motherfucking goddamn piece of shit cars. Fuck those cars. You want me to go on a rant about those fucking cars? Ugh. The hitboxes on those cars suck. They are so annoying. They ram into you at the most inconvenient moments. They gather around in such a big group, and each one of them is so individual to hurt. In the whole group, it's so hard to beat them individually, and they run into you, and you have to recover every single fucking time. And if you don't have the right abilities and equipment on, they make you so freaking pissed off. And I just whoops, it's all cars. Mini rant about the car enemies over. Fuck those things. Oh boy, don't. It's like nostalgia credit and the back credit card. The back credit card. The Kingdom Hearts 2 car heartless. The cars are so iconic enemies that all the car mods exist to finally make Kingdom Hearts 2 a challenge. Yes, I think there is an all cars mod of Kingdom Hearts 2. I want to play that maybe one day for a stream or something. That'd be fun. But everything else outside of that is really freaking fun. It's really cool. It is. I've always thinking about the complaint of like, oh, it's too short. But all Kingdom Hearts 2 worlds are short in their own way, and I think that's a complaint that really isn't much warranted. You could say Timeless River is shorter than a lot of other worlds in comparison, but the time that they do spend in that world is very fun. It is very cool. You get to kind of explore Pete and his stuff. It introduces a lot of complications with the story. I made a short about this a while ago about how Timeless River kind of fucks with the canon of time travel and stuff, because I think in the world it is supposed to be like you are traveling back to where, you know, Pete was, and he's traveling back in time to kind of steal a core and making sure that it, you know, never does anything as Disney Castle. But later games explain that you cannot go there unless you have either special powers, or you have to like turn yourself into just like a pure heart to make yourself go back into this world. And I don't think Pete does either. You know, a version of himself does exist there. But I don't think it's like the way they do it in Timeless River is different. There's been theories going around that's like, oh, it's a sleeping world, so it's different. But that's the thing that Timeless River introduces. You know, it's just Tetsuya Nomura works very hard for what he does, and he doesn't like people judging his work based on arbitrary rules. Okay, just leave him alone. God. Let me read the chat here. Atlantica Easy SSS. What do you mean by that? The world that never was, Super G. There's not even a letter that's near the G, so that's not even a typo. What? Super God tier? Is that what you mean? All car enemies mod plus always anti-form mod would be a really fun stream. Oh, we would never beat the game in that case. That would be a 10-hour stream just to get to fucking Disney Castle. Can't wait to get the frustration when Cars World comes out in Kingdom Hearts 4, but only with the Heartless car. That would be so cool. It would be so cool, so annoying, but so funny at the same time. Disney, Square Enix, make the Cars World in Kingdom Hearts 4 the car enemies in Kingdom Hearts 2. That'd be fun. Honestly, though, Kingdom Hearts 2 worlds are fun because there's more. I like the variants. That's something that Kingdom Hearts 2 does add. You know, the variants, you have the second visits, and there's a lot more things to do in the worlds because of that. But, you know, I explained that the stream earlier, may not have been here, but second visits are kind of arbitrary to me, you know, now that I've been playing it again for a little bit. The second visits are just kind of take or leave because it resolves like side plots a lot of the time. The main plots are usually finished within the first visits, and that's why I don't think they're fully necessary, but that's just me. I know there's some other people who agree with me on that too. Maybe Timeless River is a projection of the world or a world of memory. That's the theory. It's either a sleeping world or what you kind of explained there, projection of a world, a memory kind of thing. That's how it also, just because Merlin has magic, so it just checks out, because one of the rules for time travel in Kingdom Hearts is also just magic. If you have magic, you can do it. It's cool. Yeah. The monochrome keyblade is cool, but I didn't find it useful. I don't remember using that keyblade much back in the day. I don't remember the stats of that thing exactly. You have to remind me. That's true. Whatever you're saying, that's true too. I agree. But yeah, going back to the point, Timeless River, something that I was looking forward to playing. If it wasn't for those fucking car enemies, it would be great. And also the freaking bouncy, balancing little thing there, that one is so annoying too. That one's just more frustrating than anything else. I don't like playing that one. Timeless River, B tier. Deal with it. Suck on it. I'm yelling in the stream now. That's what we're doing. Next in the B tier, we're gonna have Agroba. Agroba? No, Agroba. I saw how I like. Agrabah, I think that this world is very much a just fun romp. It is everything in this world is really just fun, like Timeless River. It's kind of really fun. The enemies that they have in here are very creative. They expand the world a lot more than they did in Kingdom Hearts 1. It's not just a hallway leading to one point to another. At least for the main city part, there is a lot more to do in there and a lot more to explore. And the bosses in this world are also very fun too. I'm kind of mid on the fire and water kind of twin bosses there. I forget their names. But the final boss with Jafar, that one is just so chaotic and so fun. I really enjoy doing that one. Because I just love Jafar as an enemy overall too, you know, regardless of like if his bosses or whatever like that. I really just kind of enjoy playing his sections. And the sections in the cave are actually kind of fun too. You could explore more of it. You could spend more time in it, actually just playing it, I guess is the word I'm trying to look for, in Kingdom Hearts 1. You know, when you get into the cave in Kingdom Hearts 2, you're just kind of led into that one part where you're just going down and defeating a bunch of enemies, and then the thing disappears and all that kind of stuff. But I do love the design of it. The design of that thing is freaking amazing. That's one of the things that I just love in Kingdom Hearts 2 is just the design of it. Tetsuya Nomura is a fucking genius, man. I love it. I think that everything in this world is just what the original world did in Kingdom Hearts 1, just turn it up to 10. I wish they brought back Agrabah for a Kingdom Hearts 3 or something like that. I think that would have been very fun. I don't know if they thought they did everything they could have done with an Agrabah world in Kingdom Hearts 2. But I think they could have done more. I think they could have explored it a little bit more. I know the live action remake, did that come out in 2019? Did that come out then? I don't remember. That might have come out in 2019. Hold on, let me look this up. Aladdin. Yeah, it was 2019. So maybe they're like, oh, it's going to conflict with the live action thing. Don't do that. But yeah, I really wish that brought it back. Agrabah in each of the Kingdom Hearts games, it's always a highlight. It's always a fun part. It's always something to where I always have a fun time doing it. Personally, I wonder what world Winnie the Pooh is a world of a memory. That's not something I don't know if I could comment on. I've not really thought about that ever. Because why has no Heartless? I don't know. Work on that theory, man. I think you might be cooking with something here. Hello, Toilus. Is that how you say it? Toilus? And JT, the Great Filmmaking Journey. JT, Great Filmmaking Journey. What's up, man? But yeah, bosses are great. The soundtrack is great. I forgot to mention the soundtrack of each of these worlds. Soundtrack in Kingdom Hearts 2 busts my nuts. it makes me just so happy. I'm so happy. Look at what I just did. You can't see it, but Kingdom Hearts 2 makes me so happy. It's so good. It's the best Kingdom Hearts soundtrack. It's the best video game soundtrack. If you disagree, then go to a doctor and talk about why your mother doesn't love you. Oh my goodness. Oh great, I said your name right. Yes! I said your name right. Thank you, Tolis. Let's go. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2 soundtrack's great. And this is one of them. All of these worlds have great soundtracks. Even Atlantica to a certain extent. Like the that one's fun. That one's always fun. But Agrabah is always great too. The battle theme, oh my goodness, every single fucking song in that game is so good. If you couldn't guess by the title, I'm a filmmaker. Also, I'm a big Cage fan. And do you think Riku and Kairi should go to Smash Brothers next? Riku, if anything, if they put Kairi in Smash Brothers, that would be an interesting thing, because Kairi has the meme of being just useless. Kingdom Hearts 3 definitely did her dirty. I would say that for sure. So they added her in Smash Brothers. That would be a very interesting choice, at least within the Kairi fans would go crazy over that, and Kairi fans, they're dedicated, man. They love the hell out of Kairi, and I love Kairi too, man. Where's fucking Kairi on this shirt? I don't know if you can see this. Let me make sure you can see this. Kairi is on my Kairi is on my chest right now. Don't take that out of context. But yeah, adding her in Smash Brothers, I don't know. Riku for sure. I would love to see Riku in Smash. Roxas, that's a person who should be in Smash Brothers now. Also, did anyone know that the grid is no sleeping world but the data world, but the world outside of the grid is sleeping world, so you can go to the sleeping world and the data world? That back to Agrabah. Agrabah is in B tier. Agrabah is in B tier for ballin'. It's ballin'. It's ballin'. For sure. Next. Next up. Hey! Halloween Town. It is a very cute world as well. It is a very, very cute world. I like that you can actually explore the Christmas side of Halloween Town this time around. It doesn't have a lot of stuff that it had in Kingdom Hearts 1. A lot of stuff they cut out. I think they still had like the graveyard section and stuff like that, but I don't remember they had the expansive part that they had in Kingdom Hearts 1 with like the house and the big valley and stuff. But I do think that the bosses, except for one, is okay. They're cool. I like going to this world. I like Jack Skellington as a character. He's really, really fun. He's really, really cool. Jay Casablanca, you're crazy. No, you're crazy. And I always had a hard time with the final boss in the second visit of the world. I think it was like Wrong Creation or something. I think that boss was pretty hard for me back in the day. I don't remember why. But the enemies are fun in there. The world is fun to explore. The music is fun. It's very cheery. I love the designs for them in here. It's a much more cooler version of what they were doing in Kingdom Hearts 1. It's basically the same as Kingdom Hearts 1, but they add a lot more to his design, since they have a lot more resources and cool things that they could do with the knowing the PS2 hardware better, and they can do a lot more things with that. And so, Kingdom Hearts 2 overall is just much more expansive. So I like that. I like the boss fight with the president and stuff like that. But I guess it would be A tier if it wasn't for the Oogie Boogie boss fight. There was a mission. They had a meeting at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 1's development back in 2000. Tetsuya Nomura and the whole Kingdom Hearts team gathered around at the meeting table, and they decided that we are going to make the Oogie Boogie boss in every single Kingdom Hearts game the worst boss in the game. The worst boss in the game. And that's no different here. I'm not a big fan of this. They always put such weird mechanics for a Oogie Boogie boss fight. I don't know why, with the whole dice and stuff like that, and the conveyor belts, and just not really being able to have a proper boss fight with Oogie Boogie. Thankfully for the rando run, you don't have to do that boss. You can just open the chest in the world and just kind of move on. So whenever I'm playing rando, thankfully we get to skip that boss fight. But when you're actually doing a playthrough, that's what we're really talking about here. Oogie Boogie, not fun. Not fun. Not really a big fan. Not 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 a big fan of the government. I'm not a big fan of Oogie Boogie. I do love his mannerisms, though. He's a cool player. That's right. Away you go. I'm a voice actor. I want to be a voice actor. Square Enix hired me for the next Boogie Boogie Baxter. That's it. Away you go. But yeah, Halloween Town. Very fun. Very cool. Very fun to explore. Music's great. Designs are great. Heartless are fun. Boss fights are fun, except for that one. And I think the second boss at the with the 3 little kids at the end there, that's not one that I have much nostalgia for either. But I do think it's better than Oogie Boogie. Everything revolves around one little thing that holds it back, doesn't it? Yeah. That is what I'm putting in the B tier for booty. It's a nice voluptuous booty, but still booty. I'm making up the rules as I go along. What's next in here? That's another one I'm kind of conflicted on too. I don't know if I should put that there yet. Let me go here. Land of Dragons, also going in the B tier. Santa is fun in that game. Yes, he is. The End of Rago. The End of Rago. That's my favorite world. I'm putting it in B tier, but that's my favorite world. I think this would be A tier for me because I really have a lot of nostalgia for this one because whenever I played Kingdom Hearts 2 as a kid, this was the first world that I picked. I think it was one of the first ones in that rotation of all that stuff. And that's just naturally where I went to first. And I remember when I was bragging about it to my friends, I was like, yo, I get to play the movie Mulan, dude. That's so cool, right? And I do think it is a fun world. It is very much a enemy paradise. The thing I love about Kingdom Hearts 2 is the gameplay. That's the thing that most people really, really like about that game is the gameplay. And you get to do a lot of enemy smashing and blowing through stuff in this world, and that's what makes it really fun for me. And with the missions in that first part, you have to get through that to get through the rest of the thing. But especially when you're able to be kind of like a boss at the game and get a lot more abilities and have more fun with it, that world becomes a lot more fun because you can just kind of blow through stuff. And I think it's a really cool grinding spot too. I think that's the spot that I think a lot of people like to grind in for leading up to the final boss, or getting like an ultimate weapon kind of run or something like that. I've not done an ultimate weapon run for Kingdom Hearts 2. I have done it for Kingdom Hearts 1 though. That I used Halloween Town mostly for that run, but for this one, tell me down in the comments what that world is to you guys in the ultimate run. Also, there's still the Roxas scene in Kingdom Hearts 2 from 385. I think you mean 358 days over 2. The Roxas Scarecrow. I'm having a hard time remembering that boss. I need to look back on that boss to really kind of remember that one. But we're focusing on Kingdom Hearts 2 today. I do like exploring this one too. I think it's very fun. The boss in this one is all right. The final boss in this one is, just kind of there for me, at least the first one in the first visit. It's not really the most cool boss fight. You're just fighting that one dude, and it's very easy. It's a very easy boss fight in retrospect. The second one is kind of more interesting, where you get to ride on top of its head and stuff and do a little bit more with it. But still, the bosses are, for the most part, they're good. It's just that one boss at the end of the first visit there. Fun fact, the first world, the Beauty and the Beast in the cutscene order, also the cutscenes modding. Okay. Anyways, a lot of this is really nostalgia for this one. Some people don't like the world theme for this one, but I really like the theme for this one. It's very fun. Or that little melody stuck in my head, man. I guess it would be A tier if the bosses were a little bit better, but as it stands now, I'm putting that in B tier. The End of Rago. Classic. We're making our way up here. Let me see if there's one more thing that I can put in here. Bam. Pride Lands. Also going in B tier. I was originally gonna put this in C tier actually, because of just some of the controls in it. Sora Lion, always great, always fun. That Sora Lion. The furry community has never been the same after this world. Okay, they gave him fodder. Why did they do that? And I've seen a lot of people wanting Pride Land Sora to come back, Lion Sora to come back, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But I think the thing that I really like about Pride Lands is that there's a lot of unique controls with it too. The controls are a little weird, but you also get to be a little bit crazy with this, because there's like the run button in there, and you can just speed through this world like nobody's business. And finding the enemies is a little bit fun like that too. You get to have a little bit more of a different angle and a different way of going about fighting here. It's still kind of fundamentally the same, but with some of the stuff that they do with Lion Sora, it makes it a little bit more fun, more unique. It can be a little floaty. The word floaty is such a controversial term in the Kingdom Hearts community, isn't it? Floaty. It is such a because it's been brought up recently again, because there was a mod that came out for Kingdom Hearts 3 that added Kingdom Hearts 2 style controls to the game, and that's sparked some discussions for sure. I don't really have anything against the mod or anything like that. I think it's interesting, and I think that the whole floaty debate with Kingdom Hearts 3 is kind of stupid, because I like the game. I think it's a fun control system. Kingdom Hearts 3's the worlds were built to be much more bigger and much more explorable because of the much better hardware and stuff, and so you couldn't have Sora just be a basic kind of stiff kind of character, just kind of walking throughout the worlds and kind of doing that like you were in Kingdom Hearts. You had some more crazy controls in Kingdom Hearts 2, but it was built around that style. Not everything has to be Kingdom Hearts 2. I don't know if this is breaking news to some people, but yeah, not everything has to be Kingdom Hearts 2, guys. I know. When I first realized this fact, my jaw hit the floor. I saw colors for the first time. I realized the error of my ways, and the world just opened up to me, guys. Not everything has to be Kingdom Hearts 2. Shocker. Let's go back here. The first Land of Dragons boss is fun. Yeah, I guess I agree with that too. Why don't depending on what you count as a boss. Depending if you count like the mountain thing as a boss or like the cave thing as a boss, depending. Well, I don't like Nobody, the control from Pride Lands. That's why I like the world. Controls in that one are kind of hit or miss for me. I like some parts of it and don't like some parts of it. Pride Lands design-wise honestly felt bland to me. That's the other thing I was going to mention too, is why it's in B tier. So it's kind of bland. You know, The Lion King did have a lot of fancy colors with it. They did set it during the after point of The Lion King, where Simba's all grown up and stuff like that. You do get to have some fancy stuff exploring like that, but even that kind of feels bland sometimes. It is a world that you can explore a lot because, you know, with that run button, they gave him a lot more stuff to do, and that's really fun thing right there. And no, that's kind of what brings it up above C tier for me. But the second visit in this one, I think, was much more selective. I think you defeat Scar in the first visit in this one, right? That's not, if I'm not mistaken. And then the ground breaker or groundskeeper is in the second one, and that's a boss that I really have fun with too, but it's not really story significant, I don't think, if I'm remembering Kingdom Hearts 2 correctly. I love that boss though. Don't get me wrong. That boss is very fun, and you get to really take advantage of the controls of the Pride Lands with that boss. If The Lion King or The Little Mermaid come back, my guess is that they will have to do sequels. Lion King 2, I see a lot of big fans of. I've not watched that movie in a long time. I do like the song. He lives in you. So they could bring that back. That'd be fun. Maybe it's just me that deserves to be struck by seeing Timeless River in B tier feels wrong. I don't know if you were here earlier, but the reason Timeless River is in the B tier is because of those damn cars. It would have been A tier outside of that. But yeah, Pride Lands, overall, I do think it is a good world. It's bland in some parts, but the controls are fun. It feels a little bit off the walls, a little bit crazy sometimes. I still have fun with it overall. And some of the bosses are fun. And, you know, I think it is kind of like a big, like, difficulty curve, though, because I think in Rando, there's a lot of chests that you can get in that world, but you can't really, I guess, get them fully unless you beat like the first dog enemies in that world, and those enemies are hard depending on which difficulty you use. Like a lot of people, most people go critical, and those things will beat your ass. So there could be that element too, but I don't recall that being a thing necessarily. Pride Lands, B tier. So that brings me back to a world that I was not sure where to put. And that is good old Beast Castle here. I'm very torn on this world because there's parts of it that I really like, and there's parts of it that I kind of don't like. You know, the Zaldin boss fight is whatever. To me, it's a very, very difficult boss, and it always kind of brings me out. That's the very last thing you do. And you do have to do a lot of different things in that world to keep it progressing. But that might actually make it better. You know, that might actually add some more stuff to it. I might be complaining and nitpicking over nothing. I don't know. It's just part of me wants me to put it in C. Part of me wants me to put it in B. Overall, though, I do think that it is a world that I think I enjoy it. I do think I enjoy it more than I like to admit sometimes. And the part of my brain that wants me to put it in C tier likes to admit. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in B tier. That's a good one. The B tier is stacked in this list, man. That thing is beefy. B tier for beefy. Beast Castle has 2 good boss fights. I do like the one in the ballroom. That one is very, very fun, very, very imaginative. I have a lot of fun with that boss fight. High B for me, one of my favorites. I enjoyed the atmosphere with helping men in a relationship. That's another thing too. The story in that one is really, really great too. I think you guys have helped solidify my view that this is a B tier world. And also keep in mind, when I say B tier, most of these worlds, except for Atlantica, that's going in the super fucking F tier. All of these ones are like an 8 out of 10. And like going from D to C, like D is like an 8, C is an 8.5, B is a 9, and then, you know, A would be a 9.5. That's kind of how I'm using this to rank here. So there's that to keep in mind too. Also, background music is heavenly. That battle theme is it's fun. It's a really fun battle theme because you can kind of like fight along to the beat a little bit. It's a very rhythmic kind of thing and kind of a waltzy kind of thing, and with all the movement that you have in Kingdom Hearts 2, that kind of fits along with the combat and stuff. And that's why I really like the battle theme in Beast Castle. That one's really fun and playful. What else is going on here? Space Paranoid's an A tier world with D tier bosses, and that's why it's in the C tier. That's kind of like why it's a mix right there. That's why I put it in C tier. Atlantica is for people who can't afford Broadway so they can get a cringe musical. Wait, hold on. Where's that fucking video at? With the animation K2 Atlantica. There's like a really funny video. Hold on. K2 Atlantica. I have to find it. It may not show up immediately. But it's like this animated kind of sketch kind of thing where their dad walks in playing Atlantica, and it is just like a feeling of embarrassment and shame and like, why could you do this? Why did you do this, friend? It's so funny. That's the general vibe with Atlantica anyways. I actually wanted to play 100 Acre Wood in Kingdom Hearts 2 unlike Kingdom Hearts 1, so that's why it was a good guess. Yeah, that's what really, I guess, makes I would put it in D tier, I guess, if the minigames weren't that fun, but the minigames are fun in 100 Acre Wood. Time for some finny fun! Swim, roll, dance, and play. This is very easy. Come on in. It's a catchy song. It's a catchy song, don't lie about that. Ariel, want to have some finny fun? No, Ariel, I don't want to have some finny fun. I've had enough. Leave me alone. I really like Atlantica when you don't play the minigames, but they're kind of endearing. Well, if you're not playing the minigames, you're just in that little hub world, aren't you? That's all there really is to that. They made a whole swimming system for that one little part. That's sad. Why did they do that? Why did they put so much effort into Atlantica, man? There was nothing that they could have done there. But yeah, Beast Castle in B tier. B for Beast. Mr. Beast World in Kingdom Hearts 4. Doing the $25,000 Keyblade versus $2 Keyblade challenge video. Going viral on Kingdom Graham. You can read all about it. Make sure to hit the follow and like button on my Kingdom Graham. I'm popping off on there. lowkeymatt be popping off. Imagine if they did like a Mr. B. What would that be? Now I've put this thought into my head, this thought experiment into my head. You just go into the world and sword down if you're like, where are we at? There seems to be a lot of crazy things going on, and Mr. Beast comes out. It's like, welcome to the Mr. Beast world. We are showing off the most expensive Keyblades versus the least expensive Keyblades, doing a comparison video. Let's get straight into it. It just now I've put this thought into my head. I'm sorry, guys. I've gotten distracted yet again. We just do mini games that are questline gated, sit in the hub, or Triton's Palace, or have funny fun. It's like Russian roulette. Would you like to chill in the hub world, Triton's Palace, or Finny Fun. Pull the trigger, see what happens. So that is going to be it for the B tier there. Moving on to the A tier. This is where we're going to get into the juicy goodness here. I'm excited. If you're excited, I'm ready. Let's fucking go. First, is the stream quality good for you guys out there? Am I streaming at a good quality bitrate? I'm just curious if it is looking good on your end over there. Let me see if it looks good on here, because I'm doing the multi-stream thing, and I know that can mess with the quality sometimes. No, we're streaming at 720p. Cool. Good. Thank you guys so much for clarifying that. We're learning a lot of stuff in this process. Thank you guys for telling me what's going on. Awesome. Nope, don't do that. Go back to here so I can read the chat. All right, A tier. What's the first world we're gonna put in A tier? I guess we got one more Disney World to kind of get out of the way. So let's do it. Olympus Coliseum. Going in the A tier. Because it's kind of the same as Olympus Coliseum and Kingdom Hearts 1. Olympus Coliseum and Kingdom Hearts 1 was a portal, basically, to the Coliseum Cups and doing that stuff. And those were great for what they were. That's very nostalgic. It's very great. But it was just kind of an entrance point for that. It's just a vignette a little bit. But for Olympus Coliseum and Kingdom Hearts 2, they did a lot more stuff for this world. And they packed it full of so many cool things, so many cool moments that I have so much nostalgia for that it really makes it go into the A tier. It goes in the A tier, but I was talking to Nobody Daxian about this earlier to get his kind of opinion on this. And that is... hold on. You said the chat's too much to the left. Let me fix that. Let me make it bigger. Sorry. Let's see if that's better. Orin just in itself makes that world an A tier. He is the coolest Final Fantasy character in that game. You have Squall and Tifa and Aerith and all that stuff in Radiant Garden / Hollow Bastion, but that is just... Orin just has an aura. Orin has an aura. That's where that word comes from. Aura comes from Orin in Final Fantasy X. That dude is such a badass, and I love playing with his sections all the time. And just, I love the pacing of this world too. I think it tells a great story. It tells really just kind of what's going on in the actual movie, kind of. It's kind of an adaptation of that, trying to go into the underworld and save a lot of the souls, stuff like that. You get to explore Hades this time around. He's just kind of a boss and an enigmatic figure in the first game, but you really get to have fun with him this time around. And his bosses are a little bit annoying. You could say that, going through that little section to find the enemies, but I think that's a really cool thing too. I have a lot of nostalgia for that too. This was the second world that I always tried when I was playing Kingdom Hearts 2 as a kid. It was Mulan, Land of Dragons, and then Hercules, Olympus Coliseum. Or Puscalis. Puscalis, as this tier list likes to call it. Oh yeah, Phil. Phil is the GOAT too, man. We gotta talk about Phil. There's so many great characters in Hercules. That's a really good movie for that reason. Every character in that movie is just so fun, especially Phil. And I love Meg. is also very fun. Explore to, you know, I love her song. No chance, no way, I won't say I'm in love. I wish that song was in this game. That would be fun. But there's also just a lot of funny moments in this world too. Like, get up on the Hydra's back. Get up on the Hydra's ass. Ah. I like it when the Coliseum gives you reasons to come back every once in a while. It was one of the Disney movies I watched before getting into the games, plus Orin. Twilight Town, we'll get to that. It's still a little bit too much, but it's more readable now. Cool, thank you so much for letting me know about that. It's not an S tier because it got on the Hydra's back. That one's fun, okay? I like that one's just funny. It's annoying, but it's funny. I won't say it, no. Peak moment, low-key. The Hydra boss is kind of a all-out boss as well, and I love playing that. And the Cerberus boss, I thought was annoying back in the day, but I've gotten over that at this point. And Demix. Dance, water, dance! Dance, water, dance! Always fun. Although the cups got a little gimmick heavy, that was something I was going to talk about too. The cups in this one are really what put it in the A tier, because it's something that, again, you could come back and play with. I was a dumb little kid back in the day. I didn't even know it existed. I don't know if they make a big deal saying, hey, this is right here. But whenever I do play them now, especially, you know, going back on the second visit, that is something that I always have a lot of fun with. And I guess I don't have much nostalgia for that as much as I do the regular Olympus Coliseum, because it's you know, something I didn't know as a kid. Stupid kid. But when it's there, it's really great, and that's really puts it in the A tier. The story's great, the gameplay's great, the characters are great, the story is really more in line with the movie, and I like that. And it's just so funny and fun at the same time too. That's why I really put it in A tier. We get Let It Go, but not I Won't Say I'm in Love. We were robbed, guys. That is the original Let It Go right there. I also like Mr. I'll Make a Man Out of You. That one should have been in there too. They should have like a whole musical section in Kingdom Hearts games, man. I don't know if there's some copyright thing they can't do with that. They had to do it for Let It Go. That was kind of a legal obligation in Kingdom Hearts 3. If they didn't do that, that would have been like, what are you doing? But they should have done it for the other songs, man. That would have been cool. Yo, Key is in the chat. Yeah, guys, everyone say hi to Key. Key is here. How you doing, man? How you doing? Beast Castle is the best Disney World in Kingdom Hearts 2. That's an opinion, and you have it, and I really like that you have it, Key. Good for you, friend. In my opinion, see, there you go. It's your opinion. The only world we know from Disney that come in Kingdom Hearts 4, Hercules. If they bring back Olympus Coliseum for Kingdom Hearts 4, that would be so tight. I wouldn't put it in S tier because I just think that I'm a big fan of the original worlds in Kingdom Hearts, in any of the games, really. And I always put those above everything else because I guess it's just more of the story that I feel a connection to, and also something that this is design-wise just really goes hard. This Disney World's always below that, but I still love the Disney Worlds. Don't get me wrong with this tier list. Some people take these tier lists out of context, except for Atlantica. That's the only one I really hate. Everything else I love, just in its own unique way, and it has to rank somewhere. And Olympus Coliseum for me is my favorite Disney World in Kingdom Hearts 2. As of right now, that opinion might change in the future. I don't know. This my tier lists always shift around somehow, some way, as my tastes and opinions change. But yeah, deal with it. This is my list. This is my channel. I do what I want. Also, can you hear the fan? Is the fan annoying? I think I've had enough of the fan. No more fan. Hope if they bring back Olympus, they bring back also the tournaments and cups. If they don't do it like that, then I don't want it. Atlantica is a world in Kingdom Hearts 2. That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't even know why they count it. Always love the aesthetics in the original worlds. Yeah, that's another thing for loving it there. Yes, it sucks key. It's cringe musical. You're just gonna be typing away here, friend. Go off, King. Just go off. Could have sworn it was just a room. We need to activate his government coding, guys. We need to bring back his memories. But yeah, we got 3 worlds left to go. There's one more in A tier, I believe. Yes, there's one more in A tier. And so let's put that there. Whoa. Bam! Radiant Garden. AKA Hollow Bastion. AKA Final Fantasy Central. AKA Hollow Bastion Restoration Committee honorary member spot, aka Scrooge's domain. At least he's trying to. He moves on to Twilight Town eventually, but he tries to be Mr. Capitalist in that world. Aka Final Fantasy fans, wet dream. This one is just so. It's just so fun. There's so much stuff to really sink your teeth into this world. This is the first kind of big introduction. A lot of the world and lore of Kingdom Hearts that's introduced in this game is introduced in this world. It is where the Thousand Heartless battle happens, where you get to learn the real big plot of Kingdom Hearts 2. You get to just introduce the real enemies with what Organization 13 is trying to do and what their real plans are, and the kind of plot twist there, which really sets off the real plot of the game. Organization 13 was really the bad guys throughout the whole game. That was really clear. But you really get to learn their motivations during that part, and it's really great. And this is also a place where the Final Fantasy characters hang out, and those are always great. Those are always fun to be around. I'm not the biggest fan of Final Fantasy in Kingdom Hearts because I played Kingdom Hearts first. So I just thought these were cool characters at first when I was first playing it. Kingdom Hearts 2 was my first game in the series, by the way. And that is what I grew up with. That's how I got introduced to these characters. So I always have these as my base comparison whenever I play the actual Final Fantasy games. So you call me a weirdo for that, but Radiant Garden is where I got introduced to these characters that I love so much. What's with the odd emojis, Key? You good there, friend? Water dance, and don't forget Stitch. I never forget Stitch. No one ever forgets Stitch. No one ever forgets Stitch. Anyways, moving on. Most real take here. Oh, thank you. Glad Ariel moved it moved to the Caribbean in Kingdom Hearts 3. She spread her finny fins too much. This man is the #1 hater of freaking Ariel and Atlantica in here. This man is working overtime. Drake and Kendrick is not as big a hater of Drake as this guy is with Atlantica. Go you, man. They did this world better in BBS though. I don't know if I would agree with that. Maybe I have to dig in my databanks for that take. It's definitely a more accurate version of it actually being Radiant Garden the whole time. And then Hollow Bastion. Of course, it turns into Radiant Garden later in the game. But for what's there, honestly, it might go into S tier in the future. Like Key said here, it's his favorite original world. It might go into S tier at some point, but there's it's kind of like with Beast Castle for me. There's something that's not really pushing it to S tier for me. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it is just the breaks that you take with going to Space Paranoids and stuff like that, the things like that, or just being more entranced and falling in love with the other major original world involving Organization 13 in this game, which we will get to in a second. Maybe it's just a comparison thing. I don't know. But for me personally, it goes in A tier. That's not to say it's bad, but it's just, I don't know. There's something that is not making it fully S tier. If you kind of, Sephiroth might make it S tier. Sephiroth itself might make it S tier. Am I changing my mind midstream again, guys? I thought this out so thoroughly before, but maybe we're changing our opinions on the fly again. So we're ranking worlds again, huh? Kingdom Hearts depression is real. What's wrong with ranking worlds? I know we're in a Kingdom Hearts drought, man, but not everything has to be news. We can talk about the past games and talk about our opinions on that stuff, man. Why you gotta be so down, depressed? I do agree it's more pretty in BBS, and explorable areas are nice too, but they also just feel pretty tiny. That's also something I would agree with Keon right here. And Atlantica is below F tier. Like I said, it's super G. I know what you're referring to now. Oh my God. How did I not notice that until just now? I put Super G instead. Oh my God. This is why we love doing live streams, guys. This is why we love doing live streams with super fucking. we make mistakes and we just go with them. Also, don't forget the stairway down. I am a D1 hater of Atlantica. We changing world rankings, put Pirates higher. No, that's staying in D tier. Would I put Radiant Guard in an S tier? Would I put it in an S tier? Oh man, I'm gonna leave it in A tier for now. And I'll go look back at it later and see if I can't figure out what's the thing that's not clicking for me. But anyways, we are now in the S tier. We are now in the big boys. We are now in the big kahunas. Okay, thank you, Keith. Thank you for coming out. See you later. We are now in worlds with some pretty big girth to them. Pretty big nostalgia, pretty big love, pretty big everything. And why don't we just start off with the goat of them all? Twilight Town. Twilight Toe. Twilight Tao. You don't remember that? This is nostalgia to the core. It's not my home, but I know my way around. It's basically home for me. So, as I've been saying before, Kingdom Hearts 2 is my first game in the series. Kingdom Hearts 2 is really the first RPG that I ever played, period. Kingdom Hearts 2 is, I didn't have the previous experience of Kingdom Hearts 1. They do kind of give the story background with the flashbacks in the dreams and stuff. But I didn't get to experience that. I was really confused by that at the time. All I knew was Roxas and his friends. But even though I never played Kingdom Hearts 1, I had no idea what was going on, and didn't understand why Roxas was going through all this stuff, and what a Keyblade was, and what the organization was, what a Heartless was, and what a Nobody was, and all that. This is still one of the best storytellings in a game, period. You feel a connection to Roxas, even though you don't know who he is. Even if you don't know who he is, you still feel a big connection to him and his story and his friends, and you relate to his situation. Because I really relate to Roxas' situation. Roxas is my favorite character of all time, because of his outsider status and his feeling like he doesn't belong, and his feeling like he, doesn't exist. He doesn't need to exist. He shouldn't exist. Because, I think a lot of us have felt that way at some point. But, I have had Tourette's. I've had a movement disorder for all my life. I've had autism for all my life. I didn't know it until later, but I knew that at this. I definitely had it back then, for sure. And also just, learning all this kind of stuff. I was going through doctors left and right, and they were telling me one thing, and then the doctor was telling another thing, and that would be something I felt like different from them. And so when they were telling that story with Roxas and all that, when I was 7 years old, I really related to it, and I still relate to it to this day in some cases. And I think it's just the greatest storytelling, the greatest opening in a game of all time. If I had to have one complaint about it, I'd say it's too long. There's some points where you want to get to the point. It's only about 2 hours long, but as a kid, that does feel a little bit long. But when you grew up a little bit further, it's not that long in retrospect, but it may be a little bit longer than it needs to be. And some people, and that was one of the biggest criticisms of the game back in the day, was that the intro section to Twilight Town was too long. But I still love it. I still think it is a great introduction to this character. It slowly drip feeds you the world of Kingdom Hearts and what the organization is and who Sora is and what's going on with him and what happened in Castle Oblivion and why he's asleep and why this is a data world and why Roxas is a nobody and stuff like that. All this stuff is in Twilight Town. The structure of Twilight Town is just perfect too. It is not as big as some other worlds in the game, yes, but they give you so much to feel connected to. Every place, every little section of Twilight Town feels like it's filled with so many cool things. It's filled with so many little details, and it really feels like this world is inhabited. And it is in the real world, but even in this data version, they have these characters that are really, really awesome and really, really cool. And it really, really gives you a connection to the world. And oh my goodness, I'm so in love with this world, man. The music, man. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good, man. It's so good. I become a kid again when I hear that song. Okay? Don't play that song around me because I will shrivel up into just a shell of a man when it comes to that freaking song. Even the post Roxas version in the real Twilight Town, that one is even better. No, it's actually not. They're both the same. They're both so good. Yokoshima Mura, please just tear my heart out and rip it to pieces over and over again, and I'll be fine with it. Roxas's theme. Guys. I don't know why the fire department was not called when that song was written, because she burned down the goddamn building with that song. She let her cook every single day of her life, please. I beg of you, let that woman cook. I don't think there's ever been a bad song she's made. Well, maybe Atlantic stuff, but still, that stuff is still good. Roxas' theme is perfect. It's the perfect description of melancholy and sadness and longing and just, oh my god. Yokoshima Mura is a genius. The design of the world is so great. The character designs are so amazing. The characters themselves are so well written. You feel such connection to them. You feel like they're actual friends, and you feel like you actually have an inhabited world. You feel like Roxas has been here for so long. God damn, the way they program that data Twilight Town, man, they're so good at it. Can they make a world for me to inhabit? What is my Twitch? It's lowkeymatt YT. Please, just keep on cooking, Nomura in Yokoshima Mura. Please don't stop cooking ever. But yeah, I've just been gushing for like the past 5 minutes about this world, haven't I? Twilight Town, S tier. Easily one of the best worlds, one of the best openings in a game, period. Nowhere else could be. All right. I probably should have talked about this one first before this one, but it's going to be here. The final world that we're going to put in the S tier is the world that never was. I was almost about to say the world ends with you. I should put that there too. Just as an honorary. Hey, the world ends with you is like an S tier game, guys. Just play it. I know we're talking about Kingdom Hearts 2 worlds, but by the way, this is a S tier game. This world is just so, it's the culmination of everything that happens in the game. Obviously, it's the final world that you go to, which where you fight all the final bosses and fight all the organization members and really get to just do a big finale for this game, man. And there is such an awesome finale in the world that never was. It is so cool. I always thought this was Traverse Town, this world, the world that never was. I always thought it was like the next version of Traverse. Maybe that was because I remember like reading on fan forums back in the day that the secret ending of Kingdom Hearts 1 that teased towards Kingdom Hearts 2, like, oh, that's another district of Traverse Town. And I always thought that this was that, but no. Dumbass kids. The world that came out trying to say the world that never was. Is it part of Traverse Town? I don't know. But yeah, the bosses, the bosses in Kingdom Hearts 2, the final bosses in Kingdom Hearts 2 are some of the greatest in gaming history. Zigbar's fight is a little bit annoying, but once you get the hang of it, it's very fun. It's very easy to cheese. Saïx's boss, very, very fun too. I love just Saïx. Do they go through Saïx as much in the story in this game as they do in the later ones? Because of his connection to Axel and stuff like that. Did they go through that with Isa and stuff like that? I remember him being there for sure, but his boss is definitely fun too. Luxord with the cards, but it's definitely a good challenging boss because it feels like something that you earn and something that you can come back to. You always want to retry that boss and try to find ways to beat it. And the final boss with Ansem, or Xemnas, I mean, either one, Mansex. My wires get crossed sometimes, guys. Sorry, I say the wrong thing sometimes, but you know what I mean. I apologize. That boss is so cool. That is, what I love about Kingdom Hearts 2 is that it really dives in to the eccentricities of Kingdom Hearts. One of my favorite parts of Kingdom Hearts, the parts when I really love Kingdom Hearts, is that it goes all out with the campiness and the Disney-esque parts of it and the just craziness of just the story and the setting and the characters and all that. That boss fight is exemplified there. It is so just bonkers. You're throwing fucking buildings at this dude. He has a big old fucking staff that he just, and then you're flying all around. You're shooting lasers at this dude. You're doing all sorts of stuff. That's just the first part of the fucking boss battle, man. That's just so, God, that boss is so cool. Top 2 bosses for me of all time or just the game, because either one would really count. But the end of the world is still really when I was a kid, I thought Twilight Town was Traverse Town. I was dumb. How would that make sense? It's clear that there was some inhabitants of the world that never was, because there's that crash truck there that's like a regular shipping truck, and you could interact with it. And I forget. I made a whole short about this. I forget what it was said, but it was clear that there was some kind of civilization at this place. Best world in the series, in my opinion. Vibe is just great, and the theme is even better. The design of this world is just so crazy too. They really go all out with this. The Nomura, I really just love the original world that they do for Kingdom Hearts. That's why I always put them above the Disney worlds. Just the designs and the structure and the deep lore and eccentricities behind it. They just go all out with this, man. KH2 Xemnas and KH3 Xehanort constantly fighting for top 1. KH3 Xehanort? Is that a top tier boss? I guess I would say so. It's not the best boss in the series. It's one of those ones where it goes all out with it. It's definitely a very, very good boss. But would I put it like top 5? I don't know. That's something we may discuss in the next stream. Xemnas beats Xehanort any day. I'm sorry. Yeah, Xemnas is easily top 5. You know, you could even count like the different versions of the Xemnas boss, with the first part and the second part where you're just fighting Xemnas with the lasers and stuff. And the people who say that Star Wars doesn't have an influence on Kingdom Hearts played that boss and talk to me later. I think that world is just, it goes all out. It cranks everything up to 11. And that's when I really, really love Kingdom Hearts. And that is the definition of that. So I really wish they would do that more often. And I think that is the thing that really overall Kingdom Hearts 2 just gets so right, is just that it goes deep with just cranking everything up to 11. It's one of those perfect sequels, in my opinion. You know, there's like Toy Story 2. That's an example of a perfect sequel. And there's another, I think Godfather 2. I've never seen that, but I've heard that a lot of people say that's better than Godfather Part 1. Just Kingdom Hearts 2 overall just cranks everything up to 11 in comparison to Kingdom Hearts 1, at least. Because Kingdom Hearts 1 is a good game in its own right. I used to not like that game for not being as good as Kingdom Hearts 2, and that was a really dumb opinion. I wish I could really take that back. I did make an updated tier list if you want to go watch that for the games in general. But I did, you know, everything is just, the movement is so faster, the designs are better, everything's bigger, everything's bolder, everything is much more explorable, the music goes harder, everything's, so much energy is pumped into it. And I think, you know, Kingdom Hearts 3 went for that approach, but I did think it held itself back in some ways and went too far in some ways. For example, the going too far would be the attraction flow. That was a cool thing, but I think it just went maybe a little bit too far in the craziness thing. And, you know, it didn't really add much to combat. And the way it kind of held itself back was, you could say, with the floatiness, even though I like that gameplay for what it is. If you compare it to Kingdom Hearts 2, it's better, but, you know, that game was designed around that. But I do think they could have gone a little bit crazier with some of the, like, attacks in Kingdom Hearts 3 or something like that. They did try for sure, but I don't know, it just didn't go that way. For me, it was seeing the old man with no backup plans using the Keyblade to its fullest potential. Rage form into his chair DM was like crack to my anime brain. Yeah, I think I'm not an anime guy, so I may get this wrong, but it really went anime-esque with its just craziness this time around in the world that never was. I keep on trying to say the world ends with you. Stop it, Matt. You're talking about a freaking Kingdom Hearts game, bro. But Final Xemnas was special, like having Riku by your side. And the ending of Kingdom Hearts 2, man, the ending of Kingdom Hearts 2. What else can I say? What else can I say? But God tier ending right there. You cry, man. You gotta cry every time you watch that fucking ending, bro. You can't just not cry. The Kingdom Hearts 2 really was the game that showed me what games could be. Because, again, Kingdom Hearts 2, first Kingdom Hearts game I played, first RPG I ever played, to my knowledge. I think I may have played maybe a mini RPG at some point, but not like to the scale of Kingdom Hearts 2. I remember seeing Final Fantasy X on the store shelves back then in the day, but I was just like, oh, this looks weird. So I could have had that experience first, but I was weirded out by the cover. So thank you, Square Enix, for making a weird cover and making me get Kingdom Hearts 2 instead. It changed my brain trajectory for the rest of my life. But I had never felt an emotional connection to a game before Kingdom Hearts 2. I had never felt a strong, you know, just connection in general with the music and the characters and the gameplay and just the overall setting like I did with Kingdom Hearts 2. That game changed my perception of what games could be. And all of these worlds combined, except for that one, contributed to that. But at the end of the day, the original worlds are really where it's at. And that's really what made me connect with Kingdom Hearts so much. And when any time that Nomura just cooks, he cooks so hard. And so, yeah, that's my tier list there. Do you like it? Hold on, let me get this up here. Let me go the other way. Do you like it? Do you like my tier list? I put a lot of work into it. I yapped for about 2 hours about it. And you guys listened, which is so great. Thank you guys so much for doing that. I love all of you. You're so cool. Summary: Port Royal, D tier. 100 Acre Wood, Space Paranoids, and Disney Castle and C. Beast Castle, Pride Lands, Land of Dragons, Halloween Town, Agrabah, Timeless River, and B. Olympus Coliseum and Radiant Guardian and A. And S, Twilight Town, and The World That Never Was. And that's the bare truth of it right there. Hold on, let me take a screenshot of this. Let me remove this tier list here, that tier. And then get the colors corrected. Bandicam time, folks. A YouTuber's best friend. A game journalist's best friend. Right here. That no BS. Cool. But yeah, what you guys think about it? What do you guys think about it? Let's read some of the chat here. Which world ranking we doing for next? BBS, 3D, or Kingdom Hearts? I'm wanting to do the main games for now. This is kind of an experiment of what I want to do with my live streams. I'm still kind of experimenting, seeing what I like, seeing what I don't. This is kind of a thing, trying to experiment with like discussion streams. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this. I'm definitely enjoying it. I like yapping uninterrupted for like 2 hours. The one to talk on the beach, squashing their beef and reaching home after being separated for so long. Oh my god, dude, the ending is so good, man. The ending is so good. Combine all these worlds and ruin it with Finny Fun. Man, this S tier hater, man. They need to pay you for this shit, man. 100 Acre Wood over Halloween Town for me, but besides that, I see Division. Yep, I can see where you're coming from on that too. But that's just my personal opinion, honestly. Now, there's one thing that I've been torn on a little bit, and it's this Radiant Garden thing. Because I want to put it in A tier, because there's something that makes it not go in S tier. I don't know what it is. My mind just does not want to do it. It's something to where I'm having a hard time really finding what that thing is. Because it could be like just the fact that I feel like I'm making excuses at the end of the day to really not put it in S tier. I guess part of me really doesn't want there just to be one game in an A tier. It just doesn't feel right. Even though I made B tier so beefy. Sephiroth's boss fight's so great. Thousand Hearts boss fight's so great. You're catching me do my thinking stuff live on stream. It's great. Hope you're having a fun time watching me do the thinking. You know what? I think I'm just being a big old bitch. I'm just being a big old bitch. I'm not buying Black Myth Wukong right now. Sorry, man. I don't know if that comes up on the stream. Epic Games just sends me notifications out of nowhere. I should have turned notifications off, but I think it still does it even though I do. No, I still have notifications on silent.
Fucking Epic Games. But yeah, I guess I'm putting an S tier now. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think it really does deserve to be an S tier. All of the original worlds in Kingdom Hearts 1 are now in S tier. How about that? I guess it's just a testament to what the team was able to accomplish with Kingdom Hearts 2, because they put their game design OC into making this shit, man. Wait, Metro Prime 4 is out now. I think that was a mistake. Apparently Metro Prime 4 is out now, according to a billboard in London. But look out, kids. But yeah, this is definitely my most nostalgic Kingdom Hearts game, and that is reflected in this list. It's nostalgia plays a heavy part in all of this. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed me going through all this, going through my nostalgia, replaying these games in my mind a little bit, and ranting about the damn cars. Fuck those cars. Fuck those cars, man. No offense to actual cars. I'm sure we all love cars and our car-based economy that chug gas, that make the climate go up a non-insignificant amount, and the United States was built around that system, and it's making it worse. Let's go. Mini rant aside, yeah, I guess there's nothing really else to say about it. That's my tier list. I'm seeing some more stuff in there. It's getting late. Got to go. Fun stream later. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you, Ragnarok13. Nice having you in the stream. All that stuff. Thank you guys, all of you guys, for coming out. Really fun stream. I definitely plan on doing more of these. I definitely plan on at least finishing a trilogy or a quadrilogy, because I do plan on doing one for Kingdom Hearts 3 as well. And also one for potential worlds in Kingdom Hearts 4, which will have a special guest. You'll see what that is in a while. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys coming out and supporting these live streams. It's something that I'm really starting to start doing. I have been neglecting it for so long because I was afraid, for one, my Tourette's coming out. I was always afraid of that, and that's what made me stay away from doing it for the longest time. And now that I've kind of gotten over that anxiety and just started doing it, I think the yapping definitely helps. The yapping helps. And also, I would like to be a full-time streamer. I think a full-time streamer would be a really cool thing to have, because my job sucks. It sucks so much. They're really shitty to me, and I try not to be shitty to them, but it just gets shit thrown right back at me. I've been doing this for 12 years now, and I'm really tired of that job, and I want to find something different. But if I was able to do this streaming stuff full time, that would really mean the world to me, and I would really appreciate it for all of you being out there and really supporting what I do. It's just the start. We all gotta start somewhere. I'm learning. I've been making mistakes, obviously, but we're going with it. I've been taking improv classes recently to kind of improve that side of me a little bit. And something that I learned is that mistakes are gifts. And so, we just roll with it. And, obviously you don't want to make mistakes intentionally, because making mistakes intentionally sucks. But for sure, I try to go with the flow a little bit, and you guys don't seem to care. So let's go. Not that. But I am getting very hot right now under all these lights, and it is getting to the point where I need to eat some dinner. So I think I am going to leave it here, because we did everything we wanted to do in the stream. I may do some gameplay streams at some point, and we have some fun playing games like that. Mario Kart streams, man.
that shit. Mario Kart makes me toxic, man. Yeah, ask any of my friends. Mario Kart makes me toxic. That would be very fun to see. Thank you, Toby, for making me feel all good. I have faith in it will work out too. I've been doing this for so long, and the way I see it is that there is definitely a luck factor that is included in all of this online media stuff, because I've been doing this since 2013, and I have seen it change ever since that point. It's very much a different place from what it was back in the day. The fundamentals are still there. People sharing content about their lives and what they think and all that stuff. But I think the fundamental thing that has really changed is the monetization around it all. It's much more of a business venture than a creative venture for a lot of people now. Whatever way you can get views, aka money, is what is chased nowadays. And that could have its benefits. It can lead to much more bigger productions, like a Mr. Beast or something like that. Or, you can have more influence and be a mentor to the newer generation and be able to establish a groundwork for other people to grow off of what you did, like a game theory. But I think I also have this theory called the YouTube generational theory, and I would like to make like a video on this. I agree with this list, maybe Agrabah lower. I can see that too, but I think Agrabah's B tier. The base of YouTube has changed. I think it's more business than people involved. That's kind of what I'm gonna get to. But I want to make an individual video about this at some point. But I have this theory called the YouTube generational theory, and it basically states that there has been 5 distinct generations of YouTube so far, and we are entering into the 6th, if not already in it. First generation was the early days of viral posting, whatever. No really big individual channels, just individual viral videos that went crazy. That changed in the second generation, where there was like more YouTubers who were actually getting paid for their stuff and making high quality content and actually putting more effort into the videos and cultivating fan bases. And then third generation is where there was a lot of money put into it. These people became like individual celebrities, and there was a lot of positive energy and an atmosphere around that. But then it kind of got very cynical very quick. It got a celebrity culture got built around it in the fourth generation, and there was a lot of calling out and a lot of drama, all that stuff. Fifth generation is what we're in now, and I call it the excess era, where everything is the biggest possible version of itself. It is going all out. It makes everything look so crystal clear and clean and slick production and high quality production and high budget productions and stuff like that. But that has diminishing returns. And with the rise of AI generated content, that's going to be coming up real soon. People are going to want more real grounded content, stuff that's clearly made by a human. And I think that I maybe feel more along those lines. I don't know. I try to have more slick production in my content nowadays, but I always put that more human kind of crazy humor element to it. That's why I always act so crazy in my videos and in these streams, is because I like to have that human element to it. But that's something I may talk about more in depth the other day. But yeah, again, I need to go eat some dinner. Thank you guys so much for coming out to the stream. I had a very great time. I love all of you so much. Hopefully to see you again in the next one. There's my Kingdom Hearts 1 tier list. And I hope that, for the VOD, let me know in the comments what your guys' opinions are, if you would change anything on this tier list, or you completely disagree with me, completely agree with me, whatever. I'd like to hear what you have to say. This has been Matt, and I will see you guys in the next thing, whatever that's going to be. So yeah.